Hey guys, welcome to today's video and welcome on into my beauty stash. Today I am excited. I am excited for this new Urban Decay Naked palette. This is in collaboration with Robin Eisenberg. Robin Eisenberg is an illustrator. She does a lot of amazing drawings. I've checked out her Instagram and I kind of Googled her to see who she was. I had not heard of her before this collaboration, but congratulations to Robin and congratulations to Urban Decay on this collaboration. I picked up mine in store at Ulta Beauty just a few minutes ago, and this is what the color story looks like. Now, this palette was first released in South America, then it went to, I believe, I don't know if it's gone to Europe yet. I know it went to Canada, and now it's here in the US. So I'm really excited for this. I think this is a different take on a naked palette, at least, what we've seen in the last few years. I'm hoping the quality is going to be really good. The palette retails for $52, $54. I used my Ulta points. I only had to pay $3 to get the palette and to get these two eyeliners. I do love the Urban Decay 24/7 Glide On eye pencils, and this was a little set that they had along with this palette. So the two shades that I got in this little set are, it's a black one, it's called Snow or Stars, and I think this is like a black with glitter. Oh no, and I just ruined the tip of it. That's the shade. I opened it too fast, but that's the shade right there. I'm gonna have to sharpen it again. And then this blue one right here, this one is called Lunar Landing. This one I didn't ruin. I thought this one looked very intriguing, and I love these Glide On eye pencils. I have so many of them, so that was kind of like a no-brainer. I did see that online they had a eyeshadow primer potion, they had a mascara, and then I think they had an eyeliner, but my local Ulta didn't have that. They also had a 2-pack of the all-nighter setting spray, which I just bought this one. I bought this one during the 21 days of Ulta Beauty sale, so I'm well stocked on that. If not, I would have picked it up because I've loved that setting spray for so many years, and I think it had special packaging to coordinate with this collection. So I will be creating 3 looks for you guys today. Everything that I'm going to be using that I already have on will of course be linked in the description box. Some of those links might be affiliate links, so if you do end up shopping through them, I thank you so much for supporting me and my channel. The eyeliner duo was $23, so that's not bad because usually one eyeliner is like $22 or $23. So you get this nice little kit for 23 bucks, and they are full-size eyeliners. The eyeshadow palette, I just don't exactly remember how much it was. But if it is your first time here on my channel, I want to say hello and welcome to all of you. My name is Steph. This is what I love to do. I love trying out new makeup, so you're always going to see a lot of new makeup reviews. That's primarily the content you see here on my channel. I do multiple looks with eyeshadow palettes. I'll be doing 3 looks today. I do makeup ranking videos. We talk about makeup and we have a good time while doing it. And that sounds good to you, and you want to see my videos on pretty much a daily basis, sometimes twice in one day, which I think this is going to be a double upload day. Do me a favor and click on the subscribe button and hit the bell next to it. That way you'll be notified every time I do drop a new video. And if you like what you see, if you're as big of a fan of Urban Decay as I am, give this video a thumbs up before you go. Let's dive on into it, guys. If y'all want to see the new Urban Decay Naked and Robin Eisenberg eyeshadow palette along with 2 of the eyeliners in action, keep on watching. Okay, I've already primed my eyelids with the Too Faced Shadow Insurance Primer, so we are ready to start playing with the palette. We do get a brush in here, and yeah, this looks like a pretty good brush. I'm gonna try using the brush. This looks like the same type of brush that they always include with these Urban Decay palettes. So we'll definitely be using that today. I'm really liking that we're getting like that periwinkle matte shade. I kind of want to start with that one. Like, I'm really drawn to obviously this side of the palette. So let's start with that one. This one is called Home Planet. And I'm going to use the brush. I'm going to use this end. And I'm just going to start stamping that in the crease. What is your favorite naked palette? I have almost all of them, I would say. I never bought the first one, go figure. But I didn't buy the Cyber palette from last year. But I do try to collect them. I would say my favorite is Honey and maybe Naked 2 or Naked 3. I still have those, but they're so old, so I don't use them. Okay, I'm loving this shade. I think this shade is so, so pretty. It's exactly the way it looks in the pan. Now, actually, I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna bring this down a little bit as well. We're not, I was looking at the blues, we're not getting like a dark blue matte or anything like that. So this is not gonna be a palette that you're gonna be able to go too deep and dark with. So we'll do something like this. Okay, now I'm gonna use this side of the brush and I'm gonna go in with this one over here. This one is called Space Pot. And I'm gonna start placing that out here. Yeah, that's nice. I'll work on blending the edges in a second. Now I'm gonna go into, I think I'm gonna move over here to the gold. Right here. This one is called Ion. And I'm just gonna use the opposite side of the brush. And I am gonna spray it. The silver metallic. Ooh, that looks pretty. I'm gonna go back with this end and I'm gonna just lightly blend. I'm not picking up any additional product. All right, now for the lower lash line, I think I'm gonna go in with this shade right here. This one is called Alien Babe. And I'm using the smaller end of the brush. I am gonna spray it. I'm gonna pick up some of that gold that I used for the inner portion. I'm just gonna bring that down. So I've done this whole eye look using the brush that came in the palette. So it is possible. Okay guys, I am going to probably throw on one of the eyeliners, probably the blue one, and I'll do some mascara, and I'll be right back to show you the completed look number 1. Okay guys, so here's the completed look number 1. I actually ended up using both eyeliners. I used like the black one on top to kind of tightline, and I used the blue one in the lower waterline. The mascara is Urban Decay. This is the Wild, is it Wild Lash? Wild Greens from that Wild Green collection earlier this year. And that's the mascara I'll be using in today's video. I really like the way this look turned out. I really like it. I love the periwinkle. Let's move over to the left eye and we'll start working on look number 2. Okay, so for look number 2, I think what I want to do is I'm going to start with this peach shade. This one is called Mango Sun. And I'm using my Rephr 15. Now I'm going to go into this darker matte. This one is called Foxfire, and I'm going to take that on a Rephr 14. So I would say this is probably the deepest matte in the palette. That's a pretty one. Oh, that's nice. Those shades are blending well. Now I'm going to go into this one right here. This one is called Holidays. I'm using a damp Morphe M124. That's pretty too. Oh yeah, I like that a lot actually. I think I'm gonna pick up some of that gold shade and I'm just gonna do it right in here. The gold I had over here. That looks really pretty. I'm gonna do, I think, Exoplanet, this shimmer, using a damp Rephr 03. Now I'm gonna take this shade right here called Pulsar. Same brush, I am gonna spray it. Oh, I like that too. I think I'm gonna take a little bit of this shade, just do it right up here by the brow bone. Okay guys, let me do those finishing touches and I'll be right back to show you the completed look number 2. Okay guys, so here's the completed look number 2. I used the same eyeliner for the top lash line. For the lower waterline, I used another Urban Decay 24/7 eye pencil. This one is in the shade Alkaline. This is one of my favorites. This is the look. 2 good looks. Like, I'm thoroughly happy, satisfied with this palette so far. I think it's a really fun, pretty color story. So I'm going to take some quick pictures. I am going to probably just remove this look and I'll be right back and we'll start creating the third and final look. Okay, so for this third look, what do we want to do? I haven't used these 2 shades. I feel like we always get a bone color and like this shade. I feel like we always get these 3 shades in Naked palettes. So I haven't used these 2. And I haven't used this one right here. So not bad. Okay, so I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to probably do this as an inner corner or brow bone highlight. So I'll probably use that last, but I'm going to start with this shade right here. This one is called Solar Storm. And I'm going to use the brush that came with the palette, the more fluffy side. I'm just going to put that in here. Now there is some kick up in the pan. Just proceed with caution. I haven't gotten any fallout though. I'm really liking that this brush is functional. You know, like you could very well, and you saw me do it the first look. Just use this brush to do your eye look real quick. I mean, it's a pretty, you know, it's a pretty solid brush. It's a nice shade. I thought it was gonna be a little more cool tone, but that's okay. Yeah, I like that. I like that a lot. The matte shades in this palette, they seem to be performing really, really well. Now what I'm gonna do is, I think I'm just gonna go straight into that blue right here. This one is called Ice Crater. I'm using my Morphe M124. I definitely think you're going to want to spray these shimmers. I think you're going to get the most payoff from them that way. Now on a Rephr 03, I'm going into that bone color shade. That one's called Moon Sand. I'm going to apply it in here. I'm also going to do it to the brow bone. I think I got a little bit of fallout right there from the shimmer. This is it's a nice shade, but I don't know if it was completely necessary. Like I said, I feel like we get like this little bone color in a lot of the Naked palettes. Now for the lower lash line, I'm going to go back in with the Periwinkle shade. And I'm going to use the opposite end of the brush. Now I'm going back in with that bone color shade, just bringing it down. I might do the black liner on the lower waterline this time, just to try it, since I've just been using it up here. But I'm going to take care of those finishing touches and I'll be right back to show you the completed look number 3. Okay guys, so here's the completed look number 3. I kept the darker eyeliner on the top lash line. I think this is a blue. Is it a blue? It might be a dark blue instead of a black. I guess it could go either way, right? Has like a little bit of a sparkle to it, but not really. I'm really glad I bought these 2 liners. I actually used this one directly on the lower lash line, and then for the waterline, I used this one from the Prince collaboration last year. This is just a white eyeliner, and this is the look. Okay guys, so 3 looks later, I'm ready to give you guys my final thoughts on this new Urban Decay Naked palette in collaboration with Eisenberg, in addition to the 2 liners that I picked up. Alright guys, let's talk first, of course, about the eyeshadow palette. The packaging is the typical Urban Decay Naked packaging. It's that sturdy plastic packaging, and of course this is Eisenberg's illustration. You are getting 12 different shades, and you do get a brush, and I double checked the price. It is $54. So I The color story I was drawn to. When I first saw these pictures on Instagram, this was a palette I knew I wanted to try out for you guys. I do love Urban Decay. Urban Decay is just, I have a soft spot for them in my heart. They're one of the first brands that really just got me excited about makeup as, you know, an adult in my early 20s. I love the brand, you know, and yes, I know there's so many other eyeshadow palettes that are a lot better at a cheaper price point, but you know, when you have a soft spot for a brand, you know, you're still gonna want to try the palettes out, you're still gonna want to try the makeup out, and that's just how I feel about Urban Decay. I thought that the color story was really pretty. I thought it was a little bit different for them. For a naked palette, usually we get more neutral shades, but I really enjoyed seeing the pop of blue. I think the little periwinkle matte shade was really pretty. Like I mentioned earlier, like these three shades over here, I feel like we get those quite a bit. So I would have liked to have seen something different, but everything else, I thought it was an easy palette to work with. None of the shades it gave me any trouble. They all performed really well. Are these the most, you know, sparkly shimmer shadows that I've ever worked with? No, but that's because, you know, we have our duochromes and multichromes from our favorite indie makeup brands. I think for what the palette is and what Urban Decay does with the naked palettes, I think that the formula is really good, and I think the performance of the palette is really good. I really enjoyed working with the matte shades especially, and I think it's just another solid palette. I think it's a solid naked palette, and I like that it's in collaboration with an artist. The brush is functional, guys, and you saw me use it several different times. You saw me create a full look using just the brush in the palette. So I think for $54, I mean, this is what they usually cost, anywhere between $48 and $54, you know. Prices have gone up. As far as the two eyeliners, these go without saying. I love Urban Decay 24/7 Glide On eye pencils. When you can get them on sale, get them on sale. These things are fantastic. I've been using these for easily 15 years. I love them. I have so many different shades, and I was really happy to see that they included this in the collection. I think if you could get them both, I definitely get them both. Maybe cash in some Ulta points the way I did. But I thought it was a pretty solid release. I like the palette for what it is, not judging it against, you know, other palettes, just judging it against itself within the brand. I think Urban Decay did a great job, and it's getting 2 thumbs up from me. Let me know your thoughts now, guys, because I definitely know you have a lot of thoughts on this. Some of you had asked me if I was going to review it, and of course, you know, I will say that I was a little on the fence. Well, am I gonna review it right away or review it later? But when I saw that it was at Ulta and I had time this morning to go pick it up, I was like, yeah, I'll do it today. Let me know what you think about this collection. Let me know what you think about the palette. Is this in your future? Sound off in the comments down below, and let me know, what look did you like best? Are you team 1, 2, 3, none, all? Sound off in the comments down below. I want to thank you guys so much for watching another one of my videos. You all have a great day or night, wherever it is you all are at. Stay hydrated, guys. Drink that water. It's very important. Cheers. And I will see you all very soon. Bye.